teaches self-compassion. I didn't even know what that meant. I'm like, it's like I didn't have an idea of myself. I was so worried I'm being a mom and being a wife and being a nurse. It's like I didn't know I even had a sense of self. And I think a lot of women don't. They're so used
Yeah.
to caring for others.
Hey friend, Lori Michelle here with Choosing to Shine Reflections. Today's game player is going to be Margaret. Hi Margaret, welcome.
Hi, thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
So excited to have you. So I think you may be the first person that's been on that I didn't know through social media or we didn't have any kind of contact before. So that's really exciting.
Yeah.
I actually talked to a friend of mine. She's like, "Who are you interviewing next?" I'm like, "I'm not sure what she does. I just, and she goes, "Isn't that scary?" I was like, "No, that's like part of the game. Like you're getting to know
Yeah.
someone." And I did see your Instagram,
Yeah.
and I went there and like started looking at it, and I was like, "You know what? Let's have this be like a true opportunity of me not like checking you out beforehand." So
Good.
yeah, I feel
It's the
like
funny story about that is we both know Michelle, who was a
yeah.
guest of yours, and
Mhm.
she's, the one that asked me if, she connected us. And
Mhm.
that very day, and this is such a, I don't believe in coincidences. I believe everything's, divinely orchestrated.
Right.
That day, so I have goals, obviously. We all do. And there's
Mhm.
this one podcast that I dreamed to be on one day. And that day I was thinking of it, and I was thinking to myself that morning, how do you even get to be on a podcast? Like, what do you do? And I like Googled it and whatnot. Literally 2 hours later, Michelle sends me a DM and says, "Hey, do you want to be on this podcast?" And I have chills talking about it again. I'm like, what? I'm like,
Wow.
apparently you just think about it. That's how you get on a podcast.
Yeah, I got chills too, even
I know,
though
I loved
it's
it. So I was like,
106 outside.
yeah. So thank you for letting me be here,
Yeah,
even though you didn't
you're,
know me.
you're so welcome. So I like to explain it in a way that it's like reverse networking.
Hmm.
So let's say we're at a networking event, a virtual networking event. But before you tell me like who you are, what you do, if you're married, I don't know any of those things. So pretty
Okay.
exciting for me. We're just going to ask you some deep conversation questions. And that
All
way
right.
there's no prejudgment, right? Of,
Sure.
oh, she's this, she's that, she's a mom, she does whatever. And
I love it.
I like that better. Like it's everything I wish networking would be, if that
I
makes
like it.
sense.
I'm down.
All right. So I am going to light my candle real quick. I just do that to remind myself that I want to set a connection through deep conversation. And then we're going to give the cards a shuffle.
Oh, I feel like I'm on a game show.
Yeah, it's like a
It's
podcast
like
game
you're
show.
on the spot. I love it.
All right. So if fear wasn't a factor, what bold move would you make right now?
Oh God, what a good question.
Let me just
I
add
think
that.
I have a million answers probably, but can I think of one on the
Yeah.
spot? If fear wasn't a factor, what bold move would I make right now?
Mhm.
Oh, I can't. Gosh, I feel like,
I
and
feel
this is,
like this is a bold move.
I was just going to read in my mind. I was going to say, when, even though I had been thinking I want to be on a podcast,
Yeah.
and Michelle told me if you, she would tell you too, I was like, oh my gosh, like, what about, I was nervous. And I was like, no,
Yeah.
like, you have to do this. Like, you just said you want to be on a podcast. Here you have an opportunity to be on a podcast. Do it. So I think that was me, like, not giving into fear.
Yeah.
So I would say that without being put on the spot. But I love that question because I think fear is a powerful motivator, but it also is a powerful, like, keep you small
Yeah.
motivator. So I think,
Exactly.
yeah, that's a
And
really good question.
that's literally what this channel is all about, is
Yeah.
helping women move into their authentic selves from living small, living in toxic relationships, and being shrunk, so to say.
Yep.
And so, yeah, that's why we don't rehearse anything. It's
Yeah.
just an authentic conversation between two women. And we hope that the viewers also get something out of it and they can also journal the questions if
I
they want
love
to
that.
play along. All right. So let's see here. What's a smell that's connected to a core memory?
Oh gosh. The first thing that came to mind, it's funny that this came to my mind. Are you familiar with, I don't even know if they make it anymore, Jean, I think Nate back or body bath
Yes!
splash? Do you know? When I was a little girl, my mom used to use that. And gosh, when did I see it? It
It
wasn't
even
like
has
very
a bath
recently.
oil, right? It would
Yes.
come in a tall
Tall with
bottle
a
of the
black
bath
cap.
oil.
Yes.
Yeah,
I can think of
I
that smell
actually
and I
was
would think of my
recently
mom.
I was recently thinking about that. I was like,
Really?
who still sells that? Like
Oh my
the smell
gosh.
of that, I can still smell it from like
Yes.
30, 40 years ago.
I know,
It
and
smelled
it
so good. I think
reminds me
it
of my
was,
mom.
yeah, I think it was almond based or something, like almond oil maybe.
There probably was notes of that. That sounds right. I can think of it now, right now, and I'm smelling it in my mind, and I'm thinking of my mom. That's so funny. That's the first thing that came to mind.
I'm gonna have to look that up and see if they
Yeah,
still
I
make
don't.
it and if it's all natural because I don't use
Yeah,
any
all the.
non non I
I
can't
get it.
actually stick my words. You know what I'm trying to
I
say.
know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Have you ever had a vision or a dream that you wished would come true? Or have you ever had a dream or vision come true?
I definitely have. Wait, the first one was, do you have a dream you wish it would come true?
Yeah, like have you ever had a vision or a dream of something that you wished would come true? Whichever one you want.
Yeah, definitely. I have multiple dreams I wish would come true. Again, the being on a podcast that came true. But there was a specific one. I also just want to, I have dreams of reaching women. We'll talk about that later. So I
Okay.
definitely have dreams of that I want to come true. D- Dreams that have come true.
You can
Gosh,
answer either
sure.
or both. It's up to you.
Okay. I mean, the first thing I think of with dreams that have come true, I would say just wanting to be a mom. I'm a mom of a now 18-year-old son. That was always a dream of mine that came true.
Mhm. Nice.
Yeah.
So do you want to put the podcaster's name out there or you want to keep it private for a while?
I thought of this if it came up. I think I want to keep it private for a while. I thought
Okay.
of it. I was like, you know what? I don't know if I'm ready to say that out loud.
All right. All
Yeah.
right. We'll work up to it. You'll let me
For
know,
sure.
maybe
I will.
privately.
Yeah.
All right. So tell us about an amazing adventure that you have been on.
Oh goodness. Okay, so recently, my most recent amazing adventure was earlier this year. I had just kind of got out of a breakup, pretty significant heartbreak breakup, and I'd always wanted to go on a solo trip on my own,
Hmm.
and so I did that. I packed myself up. I took a plane by myself, and if you know me, this is something I would never have done 2.5 years, 3 years ago.
Okay.
So I got on a plane and I went to the East Coast. I flew into Boston and stayed one night there, and then I rented a car and drove up the coast, the East Coast, and stayed in Maine.
Oh.
And in Maine, the purpose of me going there was a women's retreat, and it was a ayahuasca retreat, which is something I
Oh.
also always wanted to do, but was
Yes.
terrified of it. But
Yeah,
right
me too.
after I went through that breakup, I knew I was like, I'm gonna do it. This is if there's
Oh.
not a better time, this is it. And so yeah, that was a huge just the whole trip in general and that retreat was pretty life-changing.
Mm-hmm.
Also very awesome.
Yeah. Can you tell us more about that? I've been so interested in it, but I've never done any psychedelics or
Yeah,
anything
so
like that.
well, what do you wanna know? You want I mean, like the
Yeah,
experience?
so I've always heard that it's really good, especially if you've been through a lot of dysfunction, toxicity,
Mhm.
relationships,
Yes.
depression, like that kind of thing, that somehow it helps like rewire your brain. So I'm
Yeah.
curious if that
Yes.
happened for you.
So yes, I had not even heard about it until about, I don't know, 3 years ago, maybe, for the
Mhm,
first time. Even though, I mean, I had worked in mental health for 12 years, I heard about it one time from a psychiatrist that I worked with,
mhm.
but she was kind of joking about it, a patient that she couldn't help. And she's like, I don't know, I just tell her to do ayahuasca or something. Saying like she was giving up, not, she was kind of joking, which
Right.
that's not funny, but anyway. And I was like, I don't even know what that is. And then I Googled it. I didn't know what it was. And then
Mhm,
and they say if you're meant to do ayahuasca, it calls you and it'll
mhm,
interest you. So for me, that was the first time I had heard about it. And I was
mhm,
like, that's really interesting. And then as I went through divorce, um, I started thinking about it more and more. And then when I was with this person that I was with that I broke up with recently, it just one of the podcasts I listen to all the time, Danny Morell, and no, that's not the one I want to be on. But I don't know if you're familiar with Danny Morell. He talks about it a lot and
Oh,
talks about
okay.
how life changing it is.
Mhm,
And then it just kind of it just kept like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. Because
mhm,
I felt like I have a lot of childhood trauma in my past, and
mhm.
I had done so many different healing modalities and stuff. And I just, I always felt like there was something else. There was something else. There was something else. And funny enough, at my ayahuasca experience, so they say, like, if people that have done it will say, they say like mother or grandmother like talks to you. So when I say that, when I say she told me, that's what I'm referring to because it feels like a female voice is talking to you in your head, and it's not like
Okay.
your own thoughts. Some people have even more vivid. Mine was just like this quiet female voice that was very comforting talking to me. And she
Mhm.
actually, one of the things she said to me was, you need to stop chasing healing. Because me going there was just like another level of how can I heal more and more and just like be the best healed person in the world. And I was actually disappointed the next day because I was like, well, I came here for a breakthrough. And now looking back, I'm like, what kind of breakthrough? That is a breakthrough. Like, stop.
Mhm,
And I right around that time too, I had started to want to start to coach women, but I was
mhm.
afraid and I was this and that. And so that came up too, that you need to stop chasing healing and it's your time to rise and share what you've learned. And I was like,
Wow.
holy shit. It was
Yeah.
crazy. I went in there, I wanted like to hear maybe a little bit about my relationship that just ended. And there was, but it wasn't the forefront. The forefront was literally like, stop chasing healing.
Yeah.
And literally the words that also came were so many women get themselves make it their identity, their trauma.
Yep.
And I can say that I was doing this. Like, and you get stuck in that kind of last layer of healing and you don't really understand that you don't need to keep healing. You're healed enough. And
Mhm.
I think it just made so much sense to me. But it was at the time it was just not funny, but ironic because I was like, well, that's not what I wanted to hear. But they
Yeah.
said the shaman that was there, like she told all these women there, you will get what you need, not what you want. And that was my experience.
Mm.
But
So
all the
that's
women,
yeah,
yeah,
go
all
ahead.
these women that were there that had these super traumatic stories that they shared with everybody, and what they got out of it was absolutely amazing. I mean, I could go into it, but that would be here all day. But it was
Yeah.
a really, really good experience.
Oh, wow. I love to hear that. And I'm the same as you. I think it was on Netflix probably like 4 years ago. I
Mm,
saw I love watching documentaries, and there was a
yeah.
documentary, and I was like, what is this? Like, why is this kid traveling? He was like 21, 22. He wasn't like a kid, but
Mhm.
and he went through like the whole process of like how they make it and how they train them and all this stuff. And I was like, wow,
It's
like the
crazy.
stuff, like how did somebody even come
Think of
up
it.
with it?
Yes. Two separate plants. Let's mix these two and see what happens. It's crazy. That's how you know it's like divine. I just like, who would have thought, right?
I know. Yeah. I'll have to find that. Did you watch anything? Like you watched documentaries before you went
I
so you knew what to expect?
I did. I did watch one documentary. I don't remember if it was on Netflix or it might have been YouTube. I'm not sure. A few of them.
Mhm.
But then I also binged YouTube and TikToks of people that have done it. And I
Yeah,
just was like, you can't make this shit up that people, I mean, the stories that are out there, it's crazy. You can't make up what some people see when they're under
yeah,
the influence. It's just very interesting.
that is very interesting.
Yeah.
So let's fast. Well, how long ago was that, first of all?
That was April. So not
Okay,
long
so
ago at
a
all.
couple months
Yeah.
ago. So fast forward, you come back home, you're no longer trying to figure out what needs to be healed next, which that
Yeah.
was the purpose of that trip, right? The
Yeah.
next part of the healing.
Mhm.
So then you come back. Did you have an
Mhm.
identity crisis? Like, what do I do if I'm not supposed to be healing? Or,
No, I think actually that my identity crisis preceded that actually, and it was that overlapped with the relationship I was in.
hmm
Um, and that was kind of part of it. But after that, I was more like, okay, you know what you've been wanting to do. Now it's time to
hmm
frickin' do it. There's no more excuses. Just do what you want to do. So
yeah.
before that, I had gotten my spiritual coach certification, but I
Oh,
was again being slow and being like, afraid of being seen, this and that. And
yeah.
then that was kind of like, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
What are you gonna do now? You're gonna ignore it? And they talk about that afterward. They stress the integration of what you've learned, because you can have a vision and whatever you want to call what ayahuasca is, but if you don't do anything about it and integrate it, like what did you really learn? So yeah, I came back and I was like, okay, well, I guess I'm doing this. I need to like do what you've been wanting to do.
hmm
So that
Okay,
was
so
yeah.
let's go ahead and move into that then, since
Yeah.
you've answered those deep questions.
Yeah.
So I heard a few things. So you're a mom of a boy of 18, or a man
Mhm.
now.
Mhm.
You just went through a divorce and a breakup. Or I don't know if you just went through, but and then I heard some spiritual stuff, and that you had been in the mental health field for about 12 years.
Mhm. Yeah, so I've been a nurse for about 14 years, 12 years in mental health. That was the majority of my career. I divorced about 4 years ago. Yeah, 4 years ago. And that was, without getting into that too much, that was a emotionally and verbally abusive marriage. And after that, I was like, I'm going to take some time off and just be me, be with me, because I think I'd always needed to have felt like I needed to have a relationship in my life to feel whole, maybe to feel loved. So I took 17 months off. That's just happened to be what it was, just to learn myself. And that kind of started a journey of self love,
Hmm.
which is something I didn't even know existed.
Yeah.
Um, and I can get into that more because I think it's important. But and then I started dating somebody after about 17, 18 months, and that was a 2-year relationship. And that relationship really, at the same time, I had a crazy spiritual awakening
Mhm.
that just was life altering. And so, yeah, like I said, after that relationship, into that relationship, are you familiar with attachment styles at all?
Mhm.
Okay. So, this was a very intense relationship. I say had anxious attachment. He had avoidant attachment, which is very common.
Mhm.
Me being with this person, I was like, I got to fix my anxious attachment so I can be with this person, type of a thing. And as
Mhm.
I did that, as I started to heal that, I realized, like, what am I doing? This isn't self-love. You took time off from dating and being married to someone to love yourself. And I realized I was just abandoning myself in this relationship for so long.
Mm.
So then but still I was kind of hanging on there, but then I did the coaching. I did all this anxious attachment healing work, and I had this idea that I wanted to start to help women. I did the certified coaching thing, Again, I didn't start seeing women though until this year. Um, and yeah, so I'm currently still a nurse. I
Mhm.
did cut my hours back so that I could get into my coaching business. So I'm a women's empowerment and somatic coach. Um, and yeah, I've been doing it for a few months.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
So I heard self-love. Is that what you're coaching women on? What exactly are you coaching?
So yeah, self-love is a huge part of it, but also just helping them heal their attachment styles. So my clients and my ideal client when I started was me, essentially, somebody who maybe has done a lot of healing work, a lot of therapy. She probably has some childhood trauma, but she's
Mhm.
healed a lot of that. But she's still attracting men that are emotionally unavailable, but she wants this deep love, like a lot of women do, but we settle for way less than we deserve because we're afraid of being alone. We're afraid of being abandoned. So that's what I wanted to call in and what I do call in. That's the kind of women that I train. And a lot of it is self love and just building safety in themselves so that they can be alone. I really feel that because women want this, deep love, a lot of women, the women that I coach,
Mhm.
they it's like you almost can't call that in until you feel safe and whole in yourself. And I think that's a really big part of it, and myself too. I mean, I realized that all my relationships that I had been in, I used to almost take a victim standpoint, right? Like, oh, why am I dating a narcissist and an addict and now an avoidant? Like, poor me. And it's like, well, what did what is going on in me that I'm okay with this? Why do I stay with people like this? And why do I allow this? And
Mhm.
for me, it was a lack of self love and me abandoning myself. When I was still married, I had this therapist that I actually went to for EMDR type of therapy, but she
Mhm.
wouldn't do it on me after a few sessions. She was like, "That's not what you need." And she told me of someone named Dr. Kristen Neff, who's she teaches self compassion, and I didn't even know what that meant. I'm like, it's like I didn't have an idea of myself. I was so worried I'm being a mom and being a wife and being a nurse. It's like I didn't know I even had a sense of self.
Right.
And I think a lot of women don't. They're so used
Yeah.
to caring for others and they don't care for themselves. I know
Mhm.
you post a lot about self love, which I love.
Yeah, because I feel like the thing that I struggle with the most, right, and that I'm working through, that's the thing that I can teach on, what I did, what were these little micro changes that I made. And I feel like our stories are very, very parallel.
Mm,
I went through a divorce. Well, he moved out in 2020. But the divorce happened a couple years after that. So the divorce timeline's almost the same. Sounds like the healing
yeah.
part of it is almost the same. Um, I just I started this channel actually to be I was so in debt after the divorce. He left me with like almost $80,000 worth of debt. Plus, there's
Mm,
like an IRS lien on the house, and he was supposed to give me alimony to pay all those bills because they were in our both of our names. And I
yeah.
was worried that he wouldn't pay them. But, he can't hold down a job. So now my paycheck is constantly garnished and it's been
Oh
a mess.
God.
So
That's a
I
lot.
kind of started this channel to be like budgeting and cash stuffing as like an accountability partner for
Yeah.
myself. Like if all these people are watching me, I can't come on here every week and be embarrassed that, I went out and bought a dress instead of paying my electricity or something like that.
Yeah. No. Oh, good for you though. I love that.
Yeah, but then I started going through like a lot of changes like you. I kind of started having visions and awakening, and I had this idea of I was like, oh, like at that time, especially around COVID, like social media was like, I don't even want to be here anymore. Like I want to check on my friends, but
Yeah.
it was just so toxic. And I
Hmm.
was like, people just don't talk to each other and anymore, like, and when they do, it's just
Right.
very brief. Oh, girl, I love your hair. Where'd you get your bag?
Yeah.
and where'd you
Very
guys eat
surface.
out? Like all these surface level things. It's like, I want to get to know you. I want to see your
Mm,
soul.
yes.
I want to hear like the journey of,
Hmm.
I came out of this toxic relationship and now
Yeah.
I'm helping other women. I want to hear those stories.
Yeah.
So I
The
was like,
depth.
I just need to I need to pivot a little bit. And this card game came up,
Mm,
and it's just like you're only the second person to see these, but this is actually
mm.
printed now. I've been using my original deck that I just like typed up and printed on my printer.
Oh, you did? You made those?
Yeah,
Oh my gosh, I love that.
they're like a
You
big
could
old box.
sell those.
I literally squealed like a little toddler on Christmas morning. I was talking to a friend of mine on the phone. I'm like, oh my God, they're so beautiful. So like, she's like, I didn't
You
even
could
understand what
sell
you said.
those. People would read those at parties. Seriously, that's great.
Yeah, so that's my
I love
hope.
that.
I will be having a Kickstarter. I don't know, maybe
Good.
by the end of the year. I don't know when I get it all together, but
I love that
that's
even
my
more now
hope,
that you wrote
you
them. I
know?
love that so much.
Yeah, for people to come together and hang out, put their phones
Yeah.
away,
Oh my
get
gosh,
to know
yes.
each other.
I am the 100% same as you.
Yeah,
I want depth. Even like in dating, friendships, whatever. I don't want like, yeah, what do you do? I'm just like, no, tell me your shit. What's going on? Who are you really? What brought
right.
you to where you are? Let's get
Exactly.
down to it. I know.
Yeah,
I always say like I'm an introvert with like if I'm in a room of a bunch of people, I'm not gonna be comfortable because I hate freaking small talk. But like with my
right.
friends, like then I'm like, come on, let's get deep. Yeah, I don't like that surface
Have you
level.
taken the test? Do you know what your initials are for the was it Briar?
Oh yes, I'd have to look it up. I have taken it. I think.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't
I
know. I
bet
have to
you're
look it up.
close to me. I feel like
What are
you are.
you?
I'm an INFJ.
I'm not an INFJ because my ex was, but I was
Okay.
very like one away or something because his and I were
Right.
very similar.
Maybe
Whatever
like
that
a
is.
P, INFP maybe. They're very similar.
That might be it. I had to look.
Right.
I'd
You'll
have to
have to
look it
look it
up
up and tell me later.
because.
I'm curious
Okay,
now.
I will. Yeah,
Yeah.
so I'd look it
But
up now, but it'd probably take me 10 minutes.
I tell people that too. Like, I'm not a shy introvert, so people don't really know that I'm an introvert when I'm out in public
Hmm.
because I do like to talk to people. I do like to ask them deep conversations, right?
Yeah.
And I
Hmm.
can, public speaking like doesn't bother me. I used to own an event center and I'd have these big
Really?
events and stand up, with a microphone, and
Oh, I love
it
that.
just
That's my
doesn't
dream.
bother me. I don't know, but
I gotta
this
I'm getting over that.
yeah, this podcast bothered me though because
Really?
I knew that it had to be real. It
Mm,
couldn't I didn't want to watch anything. I can't stand like all the quick edits and they clip out all the silent parts, and
hmm.
it's like just watch someone. Watch as their wheels are turning, as they're trying to think of something. That's real
I
life.
like
Like,
that.
don't clip that out.
Yeah,
So I was like, that's like the goal. No editing.
that's
Once
great.
we're going, no matter what happens.
That's rare. That's not like other podcasts. I think that's your like niche. I like that. So what do
Yeah.
you think made it, what were you like afraid of? Was it because it was so vulnerable that it felt
Yeah.
scarier than like public speaking? Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes
I
sense.
had a lot of stories to tell from my childhood, and
Mm,
honestly, probably only three people really knew me.
yeah,
And I wanted to share those stories of you have to know where you came from to where
100%.
you're going, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to share all those stories of dysfunction. And I made a decision when I got married and I moved from Jacksonville to Tampa that I nobody would know where I came from. Nobody would know the dysfunction.
Yeah,
Um, and so yeah, I was friendly and I was real with people, but they just didn't know where I came from. So
yeah.
that was the part that bothered me. And when I started
Mm,
getting like, I became a Reiki healer about 4 years ago. And that feeling, what you were talking about of loneliness and needing something more, like that builds something inside of my soul. I don't even, and it was instant. It was like the
Yeah.
love that I've been missing my whole entire life, and it still makes me emotional talking about it. It was just like, I can't even believe that some people think that it's not heavenly sent,
I was gonna
because
say it's divine love. Yeah, there's nothing
it's
like it.
so divine love. And Jesus was laying his hands on people to heal them. That's
Jesus did
literally what
Reiki.
it
Let's be real here. Jesus, I know we talked before we went live. I said like I just became Reiki well 1 and 2 certified, and that's what
is.
Jesus did. He literally
Yeah,
put his hands and healed people. I'm just saying.
I know, exactly. So it's just like, I don't know. Ever since that moment, really, I haven't been looking for a relationship. I've just been basically isolating and wanting to give back and creating this, and to see, working for the last 2 years behind the scenes. I remember sitting at work and I was typing up questions, and I'm at work at a call center. So I was
Okay.
typing up these questions in between calls. And I remember somebody looking over my shoulder and they're like, "What are you doing? Are you over there writing a book?" And I'm like, "Kinda."
You know what? That is you and we're soul sisters. I'm a nurse, but now I've done my time inpatient and I work in a call center now and I take
Uh,
the phone calls. And on slow
oh,
days, I'm over here working on my business. I know it's funny. I'm like, hey, I'm using my free time. I got my side hustle going on here. That's going to be my 9 to 5 soon. I gotta hustle here. I love
I
that.
know, right? It's like,
Yeah,
I love my job, but I
yeah,
do not want to go to work anymore.
yeah.
You know what I
And you
mean?
know what?
Like,
I don't think, and more people are saying this. I don't think someone might hate me for this. I don't think women are supposed to. We're creative. We're just flow. Like we need to do what we feel
yeah,
good about doing and like make a difference. Like I have to be passionate about what I do to it has to be making a difference.
yeah,
And it
I
has to be like
agree.
what you're passionate about. So where
Hmm.
you're at right now is exactly where I want like my clients to be. Like I think like and you're doing that so right. Taking that period of not dating, focusing on yourself, finding yourself,
Hmm.
loving yourself, and realizing that you're actually okay on your own and you
Yeah.
get yourself to this place of wholeness. I feel like that's the only way you can really attract in
Hmm.
like a partner that you want. Do you know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
I love what you're doing. Working on your
Yeah.
purpose, just doing you. I wish every
I
woman would do
I
that.
have a whole list too. Like, my list is long for
Mhm.
my future partner,
Oh, it should
and
be.
I'm not willing to accept any less. And so
Yes, girl.
I know that that person that will come into my life 5 to 10 years from now, I'm not ready right now, but I'm putting it out there now, and I look at that list maybe about once every couple months, and I'm just, I love myself too much to accept any less. I'm not going to go into my senior years with someone who I have to mother.
Hell no. You're giving me chills.
Mothering is over, dude. Like, you need
No,
to be
yeah.
able to take care of yourself. You're not going to feed off of my energy or my light or my love.
Mhm.
You need to be okay with yourself as well, so we can come
Yeah.
together and make a partnership.
Yes. Right, exactly. Two people in wholeness.
Yeah.
This is exactly what I tell women like to manifest a partner. And believe it, I think so many women don't believe they have all these things they want, but they don't think that man exists. And I say to them,
Hmm.
God made your heart with your desires. Do you really think that he didn't make someone that could hold your heart and desires those things too? Bullshit. Believe. So I love that you have that list. Like
Yeah.
we should, and you got to believe in it because
And we
I
could
believe we
sit
have a
here and
creator that
talk
wants to give it to
for
us.
like
I know.
20 hours.
We could. I love that.
Wow.
Yeah.
I haven't even watching the time. I'm not even sure how far in we are. So, what has
That's
it been,
okay.
about 40 minutes, you think?
Yeah,
All right.
37.
All
Mm-hmm.
right. So we should probably cut it off sometime soon.
All right. If we have to.
Um, so takeaways. I always like to leave our viewers with takeaways. Women who are moving through the things that we've been through, the self-love, the self-awareness, the self-abandonment. Um,
Mm-hmm.
the shrinking, the playing small, all of
Mhm.
that. Homework for the week, where would you start
Homework for the week for
for the viewer?
for the viewer. So
Mhm.
I would say if there's a woman who's watching this that resonated, maybe she's recently out of a relationship with, or she's had a history of relationship with men who didn't really meet her, to not be afraid of your single period, to not jump into another relationship because being alone feels uncomfortable, to learn what it is to give yourself joy and focus on your own life and do the things that light you up because it's possible, whether that's taking a trip, whether it's starting a podcast. Do things that you've always wanted to do, but were always waiting for someone to do them with. And don't rush into a relationship. Have a relationship with yourself first.
Yeah.
That's a
Wow.
big takeaway.
Yeah. I felt that so deeply because
Good. Yay.
that's literally where I am right now. So I so appreciate you being here. Please send
I
us
do.
all your information so we can get your information out to our viewers.
I
And I
will.
can't wait to catch up and talk to you more and
Yes. Thank you so much.
just hang out here until I end the recording. And as always, to the viewers, love to all.